And one of the stories that also came out of this match was the Ismaël Koné situation. He came out as a substitute and he was frustrated when he stepped off the pitch. He was given the trust from Jesse Marsch to step back into this Canadian starting 11 in the midfield pivot alongside Stefan Eustáquio, but he was frustrated as he came off the pitch. It was said by Marsch after the game that Koné was frustrated to come out and was worried that he was taken out for a giveaway, and Marsch assured him that no, it was just a tactical change and they saw Saliba as a better fit in that moment. Who knows whether to necessarily believe Marsch in that scenario and whether this has, circled around the locker room as well and become a story within the Canadian men's national team. But Ismaël Koné, again, getting into a little bit of a frustration and mentality bust up that we've heard about and briefly saw in that video that came from Marseille.
Yeah, at the end of the day, though, I think it's a nothing burger from this perspective. I mean, ultimately, these guys are competitors, and I think we don't see a lot of this stuff because usually, and I think Jesse Marsch made the key point that for Ismaël Koné, what he didn't like was just the time and the place, because he didn't mind the reaction. I think as a coach, you don't mind it either, and Marsch kind of said that, right? Like, he's like, you don't want to take a guy off and he's sitting there beaming like, thank you, coach. Like, you kind of want guys to be a bit pissed, a bit competitive of they want to play as much as they can while also understanding this is a deep national team and you're not going to play as much as you can. You have to earn every minute, whether that's 2 off the bench or whether that's 90 to start. And so for Ismaël Koné, I'm not mad at that at all, especially, hey, we have to remember that sometimes the criticism of him, valid or not, is maybe there's a bit too much nonchalance there, right? Is that fire there? And I think having him show that after a good performance, he's hungry, he wants to stay on the field, he wants to show more. I think it's all just about the reaction and the time and the place. And I think it's telling that Marsch completely just shut it down right away. And I think ultimately with the leaders on this team, and I think you could see that's where Dane Sinclair played a bit of an underrated role of like, he's probably like, look, like you're right. Like, be pissed. You had a good game. You don't want to come off, but just grab your Gatorade, put your penny on, let it simmer. And then you can talk to Jesse after the game in the locker room, on the bus back to the hotel, at the hotel, or the next day in training. And you guys can laugh about it. You can go over it. I think it's just one of those where, you're obviously emotional coming off of a game. You just got a yellow card, etc. And then the camera's on you. It makes it bigger than it is. So look, it's something with Ismaël Koné. I think this shows that for him, the next 10 months, that he's under a microscope now, whether that's deserved or not, and whether he likes it or not. Those are two different things. But with what's happened, he's under that microscope, and now it's going to be up to him to handle it. And what I've liked so far is that his actual performances, I've been good with Sassuolo and with Canada. It's just for when it rains, it pours. And right now it rained a red card a few weeks ago, and now it rains a little moment like this. Let's hope the storm goes away soon, because if he can keep playing like this, I think that's the biggest story out of them all, because it feels like Ismaël Koné looks back, at least in terms of his actual play, and I think that makes a big difference for Canada to have, as it showed in this game.